Hey friends, grab your kids and let's make these clay trees. They're simple enough and messy enough just for the kids to love them. We're using this air dry clay, and I am a beginner, so there is nothing perfect about this. But we are going to roll out some air dry clay, and I was in the shop and I could not put my hand on my rolling pin, so just see how creative I get in what I use to roll this out. So we're going to use styrofoam cones that are magically going to become trees. So we're going to roll out this air dry clay, and it's nice and wet and it's easy to roll, but I want it bigger than what this little acrylic roller will do. So I have to grab a spray can that I have for our leaf shine, and it actually worked really good. But a rolling pin would be perfect. I also put down some plastic wrap and taped it down to my countertop just to help protect it. But I roll this out. I probably have it a little thicker than I need, but I believe it's probably about 1/4 of an inch. But I roll it out, and then we are going to cut it. So your supplies you'll need are the styrofoam cones, the rolling pin, something to cut your clay with, and of course your air dry clay. I just am using my floral knife and lightly, so I don't cut my tabletop, lightly cut into this clay a spiral. Now the idea would be to have that small rounded top end at the top of your tree, but if it doesn't, because it didn't and it worked just fine, you just have to play around with molding the clay onto your tree. But the spiral will help wrap it onto your tree easy enough, or your cone, to create the tree. And right there I got a little narrow, but that's fine. Again, these trees are not perfect. I am a beginner. I don't have all the cool clay tools to have. And right there is where it got narrow. And that's okay, because we can impromptu craft and try new things on a whim. So I'm going to pull apart or pull away the excess clay that is not included in my spiral. And now we are going to start from the bottom of the cone. We are going to take that spiral, and at the bottom of the cone, we are just going to wrap it on. So I line up the bottom with the bottom of the cone, so then it sits flush, nice and flat. And by cutting that spiral, you just wrap it around. I did press down a little bit there in the beginning, and throughout the cone, just kind of pressed it onto the cone, but then it just actually wrapped it around there. And I like the unevenness, and I like creating little flares in the layers, so it kind of looked like they stuck out a bit. But just spiral that up your cone, creating the look that you like. And again, this is such a fun craft. I think kids would like it of all ages. But layer it over the last round of clay that you put on, so then you don't have any of the styrofoam cone showing. And if it tears or breaks, just pinch it back together and keep spiraling. all the way up to the tip of the cone, creating layers and layers of unevenness and imperfection. Just remember, it is about letting your mind rest and having time enjoying a craft. Hey, while I finish wrapping this tree up, will you go ahead and like, comment, and share our page? It helps us grow, especially when we do everything so imperfect. As I wind to the tip of this tree, we're going to just kind of create a cap and pinch it on. We're going to use a sponge and water and just my fingers to kind of clean it up and get it the way I will like it. And then we're going to set it off to dry. And when it turns completely white, then it is dry and ready for you to style your way with paint, decoupage, however you would like it. Just decorate it. I even have thought about wrapping in some little fairy lights and pressing them into the clay. So maybe that might be my next one. But we're just going to use the sponge in our hands to clean up any rough edges there, and then set it to dry. And when you see it that it is white and does not feel damp to the touch, then it is dry and ready for you to style your own. I hope you've liked this craft. It is something simple and easy that you can do with your children, grandchildren, or just get lost in the moment. So enjoy it, give it a try. And here they are, painted and glazed. I used a clay glaze. I'll share it. It's not about perfection, though. Hey, while I'm cleaning these trees up, could you go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to our page if you're loving these crafty videos, especially when they're not professional? Hey, thanks for giving us a like. Now we're going to set those trees aside and let them dry for 24 to 48 hours. And you can tell that these trees here are more white and they are dry and ready to be styled and decorated to your liking. Have fun. Remember, it's just about fun.